With the early signing period coming up tomorrow, the Sooners have been kind of quiet when it comes to commitments as well as transfers coming into the school. But don't fret, there's still some activity in the recruiting world as two preferred walk-ons have decided to commit to Oklahoma in Jakeb Snyder from Bixby, Oklahoma, as well as Ty Kubicek out of Capital Christian in California. Let's talk about these two young men who will be joining the team and see where they will contribute. All that coming up here in about 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. And in this video, we're going to dive into two PWO players that will be joining the Sooners this coming season in Jakeb Snyder out of Bixby, Oklahoma, as well as Ty Kubicek, who is an offensive lineman out of Capital Christian in California, offensive lineman. And so the Sooners, as I mentioned before, it's been quiet. We talked about Peyton Bowen ad nauseum, as well as David Hicks ad nauseum, as we're preparing for early signing day tomorrow through Friday. We don't know what the decision is going to look like, and don't fret. I believe we're going to get some really good news on that front. But until we hear from that, as well as Tassilia Kana and a few other prospects, let's talk about the players that already are locked in and wanting to join the Oklahoma Sooners. And first off, we're going to jump right into Ty Kubicek, who I believe is going to be a potential difference maker in contributing on offensive line as well as potentially in special teams. So let's jump into some film on Ty. And so Mr. Kubicek is listed as 6'3", 277, interior offensive lineman out of Sacramento, California. As I mentioned, Capital Christian in the class of 23. We're expecting him to sign and hopefully pull up in the spring. I haven't seen any notifications on that, but he's kind of one of those players that seems to be underrated and, you know, just not getting the love he deserves. So I'm going to throw a video out to talk about him. And so let's kind of take a gander at some of the game from our guy, Ty Kubicek. As a lineman, it looks like he has the ability to, he got some speed to get out there as a lead blocker, something that we love to have as a running team. He's pulling nicely here on the block, running across, boom, look at that hit. That's exactly what you want out of a interior offensive lineman, especially when they can pull. He does play the center role as well as the guard role, and so he's someone that looks like he's pretty versatile, and if he is developed up, there's a really good chance that you can see him on the field in the future. Oklahoma does a really good job of developing offensive linemen and just developing players in general, especially on the offensive side. So this should be par for the course for what we do here at Oklahoma. So Coach Beatonbow is doing what he does best. Finding some diamonds in the rough, find some players that want to play, work hard, bring them in to the home of the Sooners. And so we'll see him at the Palace in the Prairie. Pretty stoked to get that size at 6'3", 277. That's a big boy. They can put a good 30 pounds on him, get him at the 300 range with Coach Smitty and his workout program. I think that he could potentially be a good contributor to the team, if not eventually becoming a starter on scout team. You've got to have really good players on the scout side in order to prepare for some of the opposition that we're going to see coming this season, especially once we move into the SEC. And a player like Ty Kubicek is definitely something that you want to have. I'm really hoping his last name is Kubicek. I've searched like 4 different places. It can be Czech, it can be German, it could be Italian. We're going to go with Kubicek and pray that that is right. With that, watch him do these pulls. He has really good awareness on the block. He looks like he knows how to he's fast enough to get to the next level and get his block in and get contact. Sometimes a good rub, it's all you need for a solid running back, especially the fast ones that we have on our staff. So I like what I'm seeing out of Ty. I'm hoping that he becomes a difference maker for us in the future, and pretty stoked about watching him play. From there, let's dive into our guy, Jakeb Snyder. Before we do that, hop in the comments. Let me know what you think about the measurables and statistics on our guy, Ty Kubicek, as well as Jakeb Snyder. Do you see them as contributors to the team? Do you like the direction that we're going here at Oklahoma? I want to hear from you all, as well as if you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification. We're dropping constant content, and I would love for you to join us on the drive. It's been a few days since I put anything out. We're going to be ramping it up like crazy, especially with early signing day on Wednesday. So expect more videos like this coming down the line. From here, let's jump into Jakeb Snyder, and let's see what our guy Jakeb Snyder is in the Snyderverse. Now, Bigsby, Oklahoma, 5'10", 175-pound wide receiver, more so athlete, but I see him joining the ranks of like a Chapman McNown as well as Gavin Freeman as one of those fast wide receivers that go out there, make catches, and just go. Let's look at a little film, shall we? So I got this from Jakeb's Twitter account. Let's take these hits. Oh, good God, he likes to hit. That's what you want out of a recruit. That's an interception, and that's to the house. Touchdown. Hey, this athlete looks like he can do something. So he's on the defensive side here. He's listed as an athlete, but he's also a wide receiver in 24/7. So that's another interception for a touchdown. My goodness. So in this game, he had a moment against Southmore. And so I like seeing him. Oh, here it is on the end-around fake with another touchdown. Wow, is that 3 touchdowns in this game? That is an athlete. That is someone that's got some speed and some agility. And look at him on the blitz. Ready to, put it on the quarterback. So that means he's got some very much awareness. I like what I see out of Jakeb Snyder. He looks like he's going to be one of those players that's going to definitely sharpen the iron out there, not only on the scout team, but we may throw him out there like we did Gavin. We're going to see Chapman as well, just randomly put him out there and see what he can do. If he's got the speed like he's showing here, he could be a solid nickel. Play out there at the corner route. He can hit. That's what's important. So at 5'10", 177, he has no fear in hitting players, and that's something that's a big deal when it comes to playing defense for these Sooners, because Brent Venables' defense is big on tackles for the loss as well as actually wrapping folks up. And if we can continue to get some speed that can run east and west as well as north and south on the defensive side, sky's the limit to what we can do. So thank y'all for tuning in as usual. Show some love to these players. I put their social media accounts in the description. Want to show them some love. Thank y'all for tuning in as usual. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification. Show your boy some love. And we'll have some more videos. I got another video with my boy Coop that's coming out later tonight. We recorded yesterday talking about who we like and everything coming up for the early signing day, as well as I'll be jumping on some friends podcasts for the evening as we prepare. So with that, chop it up here, day or two. Peace.